What's up, everyone? Morey here from the Performance Lab of California, and we have another breakdown for you today on Omar Mcleod. Gotten a couple recommendations for Omar. He is the Olympic champion in the 110-meter hurdles, and definitely does some things that I think we can, for any hurdler out there that you can learn from and get good information for. So definitely glad to get this recommendation and to be able to do this breakdown. You'll absolutely get a lot of benefit from it. So and Omar Mcleod here is in lane 4. So this is him here in the yellow. Okay, so as he goes through, the first thing that I want you to notice is he does a good job of getting external rotation in his hip. So look at how high he gets his knee above the hurdle in comparison to some of these other guys. Like here, the guy in lane 4 barely gets his knee over. The guy in lane 3, gets it over a good amount, but not near as good as Omar Mcleod does. And then also, look at while he's able to get his leg up so high, how well he's able to keep his chest up and keep his weight underneath him. So this makes it so when he lands in a pretty good position. Look at how good his spine is when he lands in comparison to some of these other guys who are a little bit more kind of hunched over when they land. He is able to land in a pretty straight up position within the spine, which helps him in his next step afterwards. Okay, so definitely helps him out in that's a huge advantage that he has when he runs. The next part is when he's lifting his leg up. Notice how as he's coming, he drives his knee up and his leg out. So he's coming from foot outside to in as he's extending up in comparison to like this guy in lane number 5, where he's just going and he's just trying to lift his leg straight up, which is why he has to bend over as much as he does in comparison to Mcleod, where he comes kind of around, so he's able to keep his chest up a little bit higher there, okay? This guy actually does a good job of that as well, where he's coming around, but that's really the only other guy that does a good job of bringing his leg around. Here, the guy that came in second, he actually just lifts his leg right up, and also doesn't get as much of his leg up and over as he's going. You can see how much external rotation he's able to create as he's getting up and over the hurdle. Okay, it's another good thing that I think would be excellent for you guys to be able to see and also be able to work on. Okay, next thing is notice how when Mcleod has that knee all the way up, how he's able to keep his foot pretty far up as well. What you'll notice with a lot of these other guys is see like how his foot has to drop in order for his knee to come up, and how his foot has to drop in order for his knee to come up. Okay, all these guys, I mean, again, the guy that came in second, the guy from Spain, he does a pretty good job being able to keep his leg pretty far up. I mean, higher up than a lot of these other guys are, and that makes it so he's able to get some benefit. Most of the guys, though, as they're getting that leg over, the back leg, the knee over, their foot has to drop, where Omar is able to get that leg up pretty good, or keep that leg up pretty good as that knee is also coming over. And again, that also helps in when he lands, being able to get better control there of his body. And so really what ends up being the key thing that you need to work on if you're going to be a hurdler is you got to be able to get a large amount of external rotation in your hip. Okay, that's what that is here with the leg being able to come out. So being able to get great external rotation in the hip while being able to maintain a very upright position in the spine. Again, look at how well he's able to keep everything up and kind of separate his chest from his knees, while some of these other guys, like, look at how close his chest to knee is here, right? Look at how close his chest to knee is here in comparison to Omar, who is able to create a lot of separation. Again, he's pretty good too with his knee to chest separation, but he definitely has to also hunch his back a little bit more just because of his height. So that ends up being something that comes into consideration as well. You got to be able to jump really well in order to be excellent at this sport. I wanted to also show you one from the front as well. So here he comes, coming over. Okay, again, so look at how good he's able to get that knee up and keep this foot up at the same time. And then again, you could read a lot of that Jamaica symbol as he's coming up and over, and that's what makes it so smooth as he's doing it. And then, notice how these other guys, like, so see him when he's getting his knee up and over, how his foot has to drop and how you can barely see any of the France. Okay. And again, even the guy that comes in second, you know, he's able to keep his chest up pretty well. But I think one of the big things that he does well is he doesn't drop that foot as low and is able to keep that knee pretty high. So he has additionally, he's good at keeping the foot up and knee height to be pretty similar. So that's, I think, another thing to replicate. Because see, these guys, foot comes down when that knee gets high. Foot comes down when that knee gets high, okay? But Omar Mcleod and Ortega here, they're both able to get their foot up and knee up together. Okay, foot's pretty high, knee's pretty high, foot's pretty high, knee's pretty high for Ortega as well. All right, so I think these are all really, really important things you got to be able to take note of in order to help build yourself as a sprinter and help get yourself specifically for the hurdles. This is obviously, you know, a big breakdown, not necessarily on speed, but your ability to be very, very good at the hurdles and what it takes in order to maximize your overall hurdle capabilities. So again, I'd say the big thing you got to work on is you got to be able to create external rotation in the hip and maintain a fairly extended spine at the same time. You probably got to be able to do internal and external rotation, actually, that I'm talking about it, in order to be very, very effective at this. And you probably only need to do it really on one side. You don't need to do both legs. So you could potentially sacrifice some rotation in one hip in order to better utilize rotation in another hip. And so that would definitely be something that you'd probably want to work on if you're going to maximize your overall hurdling capabilities and the range of motion that you would need for hurdling. Because I know for Omar, he had the same leg goes into extension, and the other leg goes into the leg goes into internal rotation, hip goes in external rotation as he's coming up and over. So I know that's a big thing that you need to work on for track performance. All right, so as always, guys, thanks for watching our videos. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, at yourperformancelab.com. If you guys want to look into any of our online programs, I would think that they would be extremely beneficial for anybody that's trying to get faster, perform better. We're all about injury prevention. We're all about helping you get your performance. We're all about looking into the details of how you can maximize your overall capabilities. So, yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon.